Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the debut episode of The Battleground. This is going to be a new show, new concept, where we just bring everyone together, a round table of sorts, and we break down the best of the best of the best. Today, we are doing DC Comics, talking about film and TV in celebration of Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder Cut. We've done amazing reviews. Be sure to check out Cinespection's review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Check it out here on the TPL channel. But man, let's talk some DC Comics. Joining me today is my man Gabe. He is the man. What is up, Gabe?
What's up? Nice to be here. I'm really excited to discuss DC with you guys, especially with Ryan. So this is gonna be awesome.
And then we've got my man Formal. What's going on, Formal?
That's good. Glad we can do this. I'm like to see this come to fruition, so excited to do it.
And then last we got my man Ryan Batniff.
Nah, you can't do that, Gabe. Sorry, we meditate.
So how does this work? So what we're doing here is essentially a Cards Against Humanity type of game show. We are going to throw up a topic, and everyone's going to get 1 minute. When I show this, that means everyone has 1 minute to make their case for why this is this and this is that. And whoever is the judge, just like Cards Against Humanity, gets they pick the winner. And whoever gets 3 wins, the game is over and it's over. And they are declared champion of the battleground. We're going to be doing a lot of these series just because it's the Zack Snyder Justice League. We're going to be doing a DC themed one. Next week, it could be anything. It could be anything across film, horror movies, you name it. And I think that's going to be a really, really fun concept just to start yelling at each other. Because what's more fun than that? Especially with Batnips. There's nothing more fun. And Gabe, I think this is a really good crew to start out because I know there's a lot of divisive and polarizing opinions among us here. So with that being said, Formal, lead us off, dude.
All right. So the first round, we're going to start off strong with what y'all think of the best Snyder film. All right. So we can start off with, all right, Deeb, since you started off with the host, you can start off.
Yeah. All right. So best Zack Snyder film is up. And with that being said, minute is on the board. I've got to go Man of Steel. Krypton's opening sequence is excellent. It simultaneously introduces the main characters, establishes the core conflict, injects just a ton of stakes into the story. I love the villain in Man of Steel. Similar to like Thanos, General Zod is absolutely perfect, played by Michael Shannon, who has a ton of energy. It also has one of the best Hans Zimmer scores of all time, that flight scene. That flight scene is hands down one of my favorite comic book movie sequences of all time. Also the score. And I just love how this film was driven by characters. You can talk about Zack Snyder. The one thing he gets right is this is a story-driven film, and I love that it sets up Superman via the relationship and not making him perfect. This is not a perfect character. This is a character that is driven by relationships. He's bullied as a kid, and it just makes the payoff at the end so much that more emotional that he just accepts who he is, the protector of Earth. I'm going Man of Steel.
All right.
Can we turn down the volume of a little bit?
No problem.
Or was it just me? There were points where I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
All right, who's up next?
All right. Gabe, if you want to go, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. On your mark, set, go.
All right. Zack Snyder's best film is, of course, 300. I mean, it's pretty obvious because it's a film. It's a one script that plays exactly to his strengths. And what's that? Not a lot of emotional depth. Like paper thin motivations, but kind of like play to the cool side of them. So it's all about like being a badass. Like who is Leonidas in this movie? I don't know. He's just a badass. He just fights for it. Visually, he brings in like in a historical context something that doesn't even make sense to have like people doing ninja attacks, and just brings it in and goes all in for it. Like that just works really well in 300. I don't think he's made it work anywhere else. The visual style, the one-liners are amazing. That's why it became like an icon of pop culture for years, because it's exactly like the kinds of things you say like before you work out or something, you know, like, oh, this is why we fight or whatever, like this is where they die. Like I dare you not to know like at least 3 lines from 300. Everybody knows it. It's his best film. Full stop.
Out. Done. All right. I guess that means Ryan. You ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
You're on.
All right, so my favorite Zack Snyder film is obviously Dawn of the Dead, which is written by James Gunn, one of the best Marvel directors and writers. But yeah, this movie does everything right. It's not only one of the best horror movies, but it's one of the best zombies movies. I think Zack Snyder's style of the dark grittiness really works with the George A. Romero style of being stuck in the mall. The characters work really well off each other, and sort of like what Gabe said, these characters are a little paper thin, but they have enough there for you to care about them at the end when they're doing that final assault and having them all be chopped off accidentally with a chainsaw. And on top of all that, this is the movie that really added the fright and fear of running zombies for me. Every time I think of a scary zombie movie, this is what I think, because every single zombie is just ruthless and out to get you. Once they sense you, if you don't have a door that's strong enough or will be locked, you are pretty much fucking screwed, and I am done.
All right. Well done, guys. That was our first run. That was exhausting. I'm already tired.
We still got rebuttal though. So you guys get 30 more seconds to say why. Now that y'all have heard each of y'all's arguments, now you got to tell me why is yours better than the other two?
I mean, I just go back to the amazing Henry Cavill as Superman. He is my personal favorite as Superman. I'm talking about a character in Zack Snyder's film that is truly gotten right. You look at Zack Snyder's films, there's so many individual pieces of Zack Snyder's films that are awesome, but it's a jungled mess. It's consistently a jungled mess. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is solo, story-driven, character-driven. Less is more with Zack Snyder. I don't think anyone can deny that, and that is why Man of Steel is the best.
Okay, Gabe?
All right, Man of Steel. I enjoy that movie. It's got some great action, but the first half is mostly, it's a bit boring because not a lot happens in the first half, and then the second half is just excessive destruction, excess action. Like they don't fucking stop until he literally like snaps the villain's neck. Like that, I like it, but it's just like it's kind of trust that I like, and I feel like it doesn't come together as well. And for Dawn of the Dead, I think it's pretty good. It's fine, but it's not a Zack Snyder film in the way he's become now, which is like 80% slow-mo, and that's why his movies are 4 hours long. Yeah.
30 seconds.
All right, Ryan.
Dude, honestly, it's going to be hard to diss on both these two movies and say mine's better, because honestly, these three movies, 300, Man of Steel, and Dawn of the Dead, are so fucking good. But I'm just going to say fuck Man of Steel and fuck 300 because you guys are both against me. That's my argument right there.
I love it.
That's my argument.
All right. We have just the number joining says fast zombies are the best, 100%. All right.
True.
Formal. Who's the winner? Who gets the dub?
So it is hard because everyone gave a good argument. This is the hard part because you have to choose somebody. Even I want to say I'm going to give it to Gabe on the fact on this point of, and I think he just kind of added one more dig against Dawn of the Dead, which I think worked. Just on the fact that it's definitely not as Snyder-y as the other ones, and that was just put him slightly over the edge. Not much, but slightly.
We have Justin Number saying Man of Steel. Justin Number is actually smart. He's actually smart in this group. So, all right. We're rolling on, and that means Gabe, you get the next question. You are the judge for our next topic, DC Comics question.
Best DCEU film.
All right.
All right. So, like, we want to keep it the same order. Yeah.
No, why don't you go reverse?
All right.
I go last.
All right. So we start with Bad Nips then.
All right. On
Whenever
your mark,
you're ready.
get set, go.
All right, Man of Steel is obviously the best film in the DCEU and is one of the better Zack Snyder films. This film is Superman. Henry Cavill is Superman. It not only shows the difficulties of being an alien and coming from a different planet and being accepted on this earth, but it also shows that even being on this planet and being born from here is just as hard as being from up there. And Zack Snyder allows us to really connect with that character on a much more emotional level in Man of Steel than I feel like we've gotten in any of the Matt Reeves version. Those are more of the comic book versions. This is very comic booky, especially with the very last third act with the whole fight scene, but it brings down that more emotional core with family values that I appreciate more. And holy crap, dude, that third act is really fun. I know the whole neck snap is really questionable to a few people, but that third act is something to just value in Superman history for the rest of your life.
Damn it. Damn you. What the hell, I'm back, Ryan. All right. Does that mean I'm up?
No, let's go with formal. Oh, well, you started. Yeah, sorry. Formal goes. Yeah, sorry.
On your mark, get set, go.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off with, I think that the cliche one is Wonder Woman, but I'm not going to say that. So I'm going to say Shazam.
Oh!
And
Yes.
the reason is going off of what Rye was saying with families, but more eloquently done. And it shows that families are from many different parts of the world, which I think is such a really great message that just really escalates this film to one of the better in the DCEU. And it also basically starts off really strong and ends really strong. It's not unlike Wonder Woman. One thing that I will say about Wonder Woman is the fact that it has a kind of CGI heavy third act, which is again similar to what Man of Steel has. So I will say that Shazam has great action, great acting, a great message, and just honestly a hilarious story that mixes both comedy and horror at times very well.
Wow. Man, all right.
Gabe's like shit. And Deebs is like shit.
Those are literally. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not going. Those are literally my two favorite. Pause. All right. On your mark, get set, go. I'm third here. Third is the charm here. I'm going Wonder Woman. It features a hero that legitimately wants to be a hero, guys. A huge part of what makes Wonder Woman so good and refreshing is that the main character has a legit drive to do what is good and be good, rather than being like burdened with all this responsibility and stuff. Like Diana is just free. She's free of what she wants to do, and that's what makes her such an intriguing character. You talk about Gal Gadot, who's absolutely perfect in this film. Diana and Steve's relationship was perfect. Had a really well-balanced tone, established Wonder Woman as the hero that you want to root for and love. And I think this movie came out at a time where DC was failing across the board. Patty Jenkins rescued the DCEU via Heart, and that deserves a ton of credit. Wonder Woman is the best DCEU film.
That was good.
I'm tired.
No, good. All right. So let's go with Ryan now for the rebuttal. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, Gabe, think about it. If there was no Man of Steel, you would never get the Snyder cut to actually like. First of all, yeah, I just know that you would love that so much. And by the way, Man of Steel is just way better than all those films. I know Formal mentioned the CGI third act that I want to bring up in Shazam too, because man, when they're flying, it's not the best. And you can tell because they usually blur the face when they get really close to the camera because they either don't have enough. Wait, is that past 30 seconds? I feel like that's past 30 seconds.
I think so.
All right,
Okay,
all right. Moving on to 40.
You could just use the same counter, and whenever it gets to 30, you just
True.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, we can do that. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Formal, go.
All right, so I will say that, yeah, there may be some issues, but that's this thing in the entire DCEU, not just Shazam. I think Shazam actually, again, like it has a strong story from beginning to end, whereas both those other two movies really kind of just struggle in the third act, just to a typical action type of ending. Whereas this one actually comments on it more in that distance conversation. That's a valid point when it comes to any action movie of superheroes flying around.
Done.
Right. And I'm just going to piggyback off of that. And what makes Wonder Woman so much fun is that it's got the highlights of Man of Steel and the highlights of Shazam. It's got a ton of heart, and it also has a ton of really fun action. Like I said, guys, like what did you have before this? Man of Steel or BVS? You had Suicide Squad. The DCEU was in shambles, and you talk about very little slow-mo. No one sniffing sweaters or sweatshirts in this film. That's why it's the best.
Bro, you kind of sound like Jared Leto's Joker for a second.
All right. I mean, you guys agree Dives destroyed you both, right? Pretty bad. I mean,
What?
come on. I mean, or formally, you just went over like, oh, CGI third act. Like, you didn't say why that was a bad thing. I know it's a bad thing, but you didn't tell me. And Brian, I could tell that you liked the movie, but you were doing really well. But I think on your rebuttal, you wanted to pander to me because I like Justice League.
I mean, obviously. I don't think I didn't make it obvious enough.
So Dives gets this one. Dives, that was awesome. The character motivations, not a lot of sweater sniffling. All that was beautiful.
All right. Me and Gabe are on the board, one apiece. I'm going to throw us a loop here. I'm going to go. Let's go. What character should they do next in the current plans of the DCEU? All right, guys. With that being said, we're going to go reverse, and I think Formal is going to go first here. On your mark, get set, go, Formal.
All right, so I think that one character that they kind of should quote unquote bring back because he wasn't in the DCU originally is Constantine. I think Constantine is one of the most obviously sarcastic characters in the DC comic book lore, and I think that he has a lot of story that he can do. There's a lot of just mystery and kind of weird aspects that they could do from that, whether it's for comedy or it can be just dark and intense. So it's a great blend of honestly what the DCEU is kind of been fighting against. You look at Zack Snyder, you have that dark stuff, but then now they're trying to go more into the comedy aspect and more MCU. Constantine blends those two together. Now they don't have to bring back Keanu Reeves, though. I would say that I wouldn't be against that, but maybe somebody else too.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
That one's pretty fire.
All right. Let's go to Gabe. No, let's go to Ryan. Ryan, you're up.
Okay. All right. So obviously, I'm gonna do an actual origin story movie of the Flash, and it's not gonna be Ezra Miller. I don't want Ezra Miller anymore. I don't like Ezra Miller. That's not the point. But I want to go back to the roots of the Flash. I want a little bit more backstory on Henry Allen and his relationship between Henry and his mother. More of that, and then, bro, we need fucking Eobard goddamn Thawne in live action film, because I know it's not going to happen in the new one, but I want to see the travesty and feel that heartbreak, because we only get to see the limelight of it. We only get to see a very two-dimensional version of that story, but I want to dig into why he's so heartbroken and why his mother and him really connected more. On top of a more season 1 of the Flash TV show type movie, and have it be more darker in the Zack Snyder verse, I would say would work really well.
All right, Gabe, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I'm gonna go with a character that I loved since I was a kid, and that's Mr. Freeze. I want to see Mr. Freeze have a movie where he's the main villain. Some people like Arnold, I do, because he's fucking funny, but I'd like to see him, come in Mr. Freeze, more of a serious character, and have a bit, his backstory is a good one. And I'd like to see him probably fight Nightwing. So a Nightwing versus Mr. Freeze movie would be awesome. Nightwing after recovering from the trauma that he's gone through with Batman and his family and everything, and kind of Mr. Freeze coming in. It's your heart is frozen inside, but I'm gonna freeze it in the outside. And you can play a lot with you don't have to be scared of Mr. Freeze being too silly, because I think the DCEU and the MCU have now gone all in for silly characters, right? We saw this shark that's going to be in the Suicide Squad, so just go in for it. Don't make it a comedy, but make it silly, make it a bit of a kind of like a self-aware movie, and pretty dark one as well.
All right, rebuttal. Formal, you're up. Go.
All right, so the rebuttal for The Flash. While I do agree that would be dope, I think the main problem here of going with non-Ezra Miller Flash in the Snyderverse just wouldn't work, because Snyder wants Ezra Miller, unfortunately. And then Mr. Freeze, I don't think that can be comedy at all. I think that has to be dark. That's the reason why the character succeeded in the Batman the Animated Series and not Arnold's version.
All right. Ryan, go.
Honestly, bro, I don't want to see a Constantine movie anymore. I feel like he works a lot better on the small screen. I really like the Constantine show, and I like what they did with him on Legends and Tomorrow and his CW appearances and stuff like that. And I can't wait to see what they do with the Dark of Justice League or whatever and shit like that. And yeah, Freeze, fuck Freeze, because Arnold Schwarzenegger really isn't that funny, bro. So get out of here. That's all I gotta say to that.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, for one, no, it wouldn't be a comedy. It would be sort of self-aware, but really, really dark. Kind of like a Deadpool, but darker. Yeah, you can find the right tone, and I think it would work really well, because you can't go full serious. You can't he's not a killer or something. Two, sorry, Ryan, another Flash project. There's 20,000 in the works. There's a TV show that's been on for 20,000 seasons. Nobody gives a fuck. Also, Formal, you lost me when you said that Keanu. You lost me when you said that Keanu wouldn't be Constantine. Come on, it's got to be Keanu. Otherwise, who gives a shit?
All right, that wraps it up there. Man, you guys are bringing the fire here. 3 really good choices. As much as I love my Justice League Dark, John Constantine, absolutely love Keanu Reeves. That film is one of those movies I've watched probably 1,000 times. I love The Flash. I know Bat Nips. He loves The Flash. I am very excited for what we see moving forward with Ezra Bridger. I know he's a douchebag, but anyway. The winner of this, though, is hands down, Gabe, you spoke to my heart, and that is Mr. Freeze and Nightwing. You absolutely know. I don't think it's going to be a comedy at all, but Mr. Freeze is hands down the villain that needs to be on the big screen. This is a sympathetic villain that would be just terrific. It translates perfectly, and it makes no sense why we haven't seen him yet since Arnold. I don't want to talk. Although it's fun to watch that. That movie's weirdly rewatchable. But anyway, all right. Yes. I'm going with Gabe. He gets his second W here. Gabe, you choose the category.
Let's see. Okay, let's go with best DCEU hero.
All right.
And let's start with Ryan this time. How about that?
All right. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, the best DCEU hero is obviously Harley fucking Quinn. Bro, what's not to love about Harley Quinn? She's awesome, and honestly, she's been the best one out of, I think we've seen her in 2 projects, 3 coming up with James Gunn's Suicide Squad. She's felt the most consistently written throughout the other films, and I actually found her quite relatable in Birds of Prey, especially with the bacon, egg, and cheese. I mean, who the hell doesn't get heartbroken when they drop their bacon, egg, and cheese on the ground? Because obviously we have all done that. But she is also one of the flashiest DCEU characters and is not afraid to show people who she really is, which I guess you could say a lot of the DCEU heroes have a problem with, is showing their true colors. And she has no problem with that, especially after breaking up with the Joker. And we all know the Joker's a real douche canoe. And yeah, that's all I got to say about Harley Quinzel. Oh yeah, she's a doctor and she's got a PhD, bro.
I love random facts. That was a good random ass fact.
Yeah.
Good job, Ryan.
All right, who's up next, Gabe?
Thank you.
Formal. Go for it.
Formal. On your mark, get set, go.
All right. So I'm going to go with Wonder Woman. And the reason is, and that's to go off of any, honestly, we talked already about her movie and how Deebs, you talked about like the movie thing. But here's the thing: what really is good about her as a character is that she has grown a lot over the course of these movies. She obviously starts off as very naive when coming to like the human world, and then eventually in 1984, no matter what you think of the movie itself, she ends up giving up one of the hardest things that she had to give up for the rest of the world, which a lot of the other DCEU heroes don't really do. Yeah, they kind of, I guess, get over their issues and they're able to like put themselves like in front of everything like Aquaman. But Wonder Woman's sacrifice is something that she's been yearning for 60 plus years for the betterment of mankind, and not all the other Superman heroes can do. Superheroes can do that.
All right. Well done, Formal. All right, I am up. I'm going to go out of left field, guys. I'm not picking any of the Trinity here. I'm going with a character that I know and love to death. I'm talking about Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman is the voice of DC Comics. This guy is the heart and soul of Shazam. You look at what made Wonder Woman so successful, and Patty Jenkins, it was built on heart. Jack Dylan Grazer, his character was the breakout star of DC Comics. This is when DCEU started to listen to fans and truly break down why we love these characters. This is a character that loves DC superheroes. Superman was his favorite. He had a disability. He overcame it. He just wanted to be seen. His story had so much heart. You wanted to root for him. And I work with kids with special needs. Jack Dylan Grazer's performance in Shazam was so amazing. Absolutely, Freddie Freeman is the man for me.
I'm not gonna lie. For the first 10 seconds, I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" It wasn't until you said Shazam that I was like, "Oh, that's who he is."
All right, rebuttal.
Good one. Yes. All right. So let's go the same order. Ryan first.
Formal first.
Okay.
Formal, you're up.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm first going to say this about Harley Quinn. She's not a superhero. She is a anti-hero. And that's the whole thing, is that how the entire movie itself is legitimately just her kind of crazy mind. She's not a good person at the end of the day. And then Freddy, I mean, yeah, he has a good story, but what's his superhero name? I mean, he doesn't have one. It's just Freddy that I know of.
All right. Ryan, you're up.
All right. So I just want to just say, Freddie Freeman, I'll agree, not a superhero. And by the way, Harley Quinn, anti-hero. The question is best DCEU hero, but the only difference is anti is in front of it. So hero still applies to her. So that's my argument there. Thank you, Gabe.
All right. Ryan, who'd you pick again? I don't even know.
Harleen Quinzel.
Harley Quinn is so famous that her Birds of Prey movie had the lowest box office in the entire DCEU. Hero, get the fuck out of here. All right, and Freddie Freeman is the people's choice. He's the people's champion of the DCEU. This is a character with a ton of heart. How do you not root for a kid who loves Superman to death, and now he has superpowers? Freddie Freeman, baby.
I think Ryan killed it. I kept track of all the points you guys say, and Ryan, you just the first one, you really did it so well. Like, especially on the not being hiding and just being herself. And yeah, you see people like Cyborg, like, oh, I'm afraid of, but she's not that. She's the opposite of that. So I really enjoyed that. Dives. I mean, I think I struggled to know who you were talking about, so I don't know if that was. I don't think that was a good sign. And for my, you have a few good points, but I think the fact that Ryan responded on the anti-hero part, I think that was pretty good. So Ryan
gets a W. All right, Ryan.
Thanks, Margot Robbie, forever the waifu up in this biatch. So you know what? This is the question that I really didn't want to get asked on me, so I'm gonna ask you fellas. Oh. What is the best DCEU director?
Ooh. All right, then you get to pick who goes first, I guess.
You know what? Yeah, so I'm gonna go with you, Deebs. You go first for this one.
All right. Best DCU director. Here we go. All right. Best DCU director. I'm a huge fan of Patty Jenkins to my heart. But Wonder Woman 1984 was so trash. It just hit all the notes. I hate that movie so much in the worst way imaginable. In fact, I'd like to pretend like it never happened. I'm not a Snyder guy. Sorry, Zack Snyder, Snyder Cut fans. So I'm going to go with my other favorite here, and that is James Wan. And as much as I love comic book films, I also love the horror genre to the core. James Wan is right up there with some of the best horror directors, period. The Insidious, the Conjuring franchise films are extremely memorable. Some of the most rewatched films ever, and I've seen them all to death. They're always entertaining. James Wan, Fast 7 is also really fun. James Wan, Aquaman has a ton of rewatchability. It's super underrated. It won me the DC movie draft that we did there. Aquaman, James Wan, best director.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, let's go on to formal.
All right, here's the thing. I get what you're saying about James Wan. I 100% understand that. But I still got to go with my girl Patty Jenkins. And the reason is that she is one of the most stronger directors of the entire DCEU. I mean, you look at how well, like, honestly, the most memorable scenes of Wonder Woman was due to her, the first film. The No Man Land scene, she fought for that scene to happen. And that is the best scene in the entire DCEU. And frankly, like, you wouldn't have that if it wasn't for Patty Jenkins. And yeah, I mean, there's a whole discord of how Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't great. I personally think it was really good, and there was a lot of great direction by her. So I'm just going to concentrate on going against James Wan here. The thing about James Wan, as much as I like him, he's unoriginal, because that is the story of King Arthur from Arthurian legend, not really an original story that was come up with like Patty Jenkins did with Wonder Woman. Hey.
All right. Gabe, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna go with an odd choice, but I'm gonna go with David F. Sandberg, who directed Shazam, because he's a young director. He made Annabelle Creation, and the fact that he made Annabelle Creation, a movie like there was just a kind of like, you know, just the expansion of a universe that shouldn't have been a universe in the first place, a sequel to a terrible ass movie, and he made it so damn good, so compelling that he got him the job doing Shazam. And Shazam is a really great movie about family and heart, and I think within the superhero movie genre, it brings in a lot of things that you don't get to see everywhere. And I can't wait to see what he has in store. He hasn't made as many movies as the people you guys mentioned, but I think he's really good. And also really important is he is a guy that brought in something that you hadn't seen in the DCEU. Like, we'd seen like this action sequence in the slow-mo, but when have we seen a family dynamic, a story about children? And it works so well.
All right, rebuttal time. I'm going to go anti-Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins is my girl, but Wonder Woman 1984 missed the mark so bad that it definitely makes Wonder Woman that much worse. Other than Max Lord and Pedro Pascal's performance, that movie is incredibly forgettable. I fully agree with you. Shazam director is terrific. I picked James Wan for a reason. Horror roots. Love that director, but that's what I guess formal, right? Yep,
yeah.
Formal.
Yeah, formal. Defend the fuck out of Wonder Woman 84. Come on.
Well, I'm not going to spend the time to do that because that will take, honestly, way too long. But here's what I'm going to try to do here is, okay, I suggest what I said about James Wan, but here's the thing. When it comes to better directors, honestly, again, I mean, Patty Jenkins has Monster under her belt, which is honestly better than all of the DCEU put together, plus all the other films that the other directors have done. So frankly, that's the reason why that she's the best director.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins, everybody keeps talking about Monster, which was made 20 years ago. And between Monster and Wonder Woman 84, she didn't do anything that any of us know about. I'm sure she worked on stuff. We don't know any. Monster's fine, but Wonder Woman 1984 is proof why eventually comic book movies are gonna go to hell because of uninspired, shitty storylines like the one in that movie. And I love James Wan. He's probably like the best one, but also he made a really bad movie called Aquaman, which is like excessive and really long.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I could have kept talking. I was going to crap on Aquaman more.
Roasted.
All right, Ryan, who's the winner?
Roasted. Man, this is tough, bro, because y'all all said some excellent things. I will admit, y'all said some excellent things. But there's always a but. I'm just gonna go with my boy Deebs on this one. Honestly, I think I don't know what I was gonna say, but whether I didn't like Aquaman or not, I will say I felt like James Wan had the best inspiration for his past films in combination with his previous films. I was going between Gabe and you, Deebs, because of the horror background directors. Sounds a little bit better than David F. Sandberg did. What happened?
Right. Sorry, you're good. You went out, but you're back. You're good.
I know I lost, but I will say this. Patty Jenkins has only done those 3 films. She hasn't done anything else. So,
man, that would suck to have that as your third movie then.
I'm not spending time defending that movie. I've done that enough.
I think James Wan is the best one, objectively.
Oh, I definitely agree with that too.
Nice.
Even though Aquaman sucks, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah, that's what I said. Regardless of what I feel about Aquaman, I still think he did like.
All right. With that being said, all right, here we go. Let's roll on to our next category, and I'm gonna go with a category that I don't want to do it because I'm so nervous about getting phased out of it, and I'm excited to see how the hell you 3 manage this one. Let's go. Best live action Superman. And with that being said, I'm going to throw it to Gabe first. Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's got to be Christopher Reeve. I think what people keep missing about Superman is not how cool the suit looks or if his face looks exactly like the guy in the comic books, or that's not what it is. Superman is a dork. Superman is kind of a nerdy guy that kind of like believes in the world and like pretty naive and all that. And that's exactly what Christopher Reeve does here. Like he just goes and goes all in with that part of the persona. He changes really, really well between Clark Kent and Superman. They're 2 different characters. You got to do it different. And nobody changes like he does. He plays a completely different character within the same naive 70s, early 80s universe, but it just sticks within the character. And the fact that you believe that somebody's so naive that just tells the world, this is my weakness, Lex Luthor, this is what kills me, but it's still believable. It's not like, oh, this idiot. No, it's just a guy that believes that people can be better and will be better, and he's an inspiration, and the other guys don't do that.
All right. Well done, Gabe. Well done. Let's go to Ryan.
Awesome. So my pick is obviously Brandon Routh because he's one step above. Oh man, I forgot that Superman's name. I'm sorry, Gabe. But I just want to say I think Brandon Routh just amplifies everything that what he does.
Christopher Reeve.
No, sorry, I don't know that name. But so anyway, like I was saying, Brandon Routh just amplifies everything. I can't even say the name. See, Christopher Reeves does, and I think he really embodies Superman and his mannerisms. He really understands Superman. I watched a few of the background. Fuck this dude. Shit. Fuck. I say a lot of curse words on this. But yeah, I'm just gonna say Brandon Routh because I've messed up so much in this one. I'll come back in the anti-defense argument.
You have 10 seconds left. Go.
All right. Let's go to Formal. Go ahead, Formal.
All right, so I guess like I'm getting stuck with Henry Cavill here. And, all right, I'll take it though. All right, here's the thing. What we're arguing here is the best Superman. And here's the thing, that one thing that Snyder does is that he definitely understands what Superman is. While I agree on the whole idea of Christopher Reeve doing the duality right, that's not what we're arguing here. We are arguing about the best Superman. We understand from Zack Snyder's story that he is this being that has come from this other planet. we look at him as a god because this is realistic aspects to this character. This is what a Superman would be if he came to our planet. We aren't learning about what his family life was. We don't really care that much. We don't care about his romance so much. We care about the god aspect of it, and that's what Superman is as a character itself. Reeves is a disguise that he has. I mean, not Reeves, Kent.
Rebuttal, Gabe, you're on.
I mean, if this is the Superman that we would have in the real world, we're all screwed because he is not a good Superman. He doesn't embody hope. I'm talking about Henry Cavill, of course. He's just too dark. He tries his best and he does the best performance, but he's just an unhopeful guy, kind of like angry all the time. He keeps threatening to murder people. He tortures people. And then, Ryan, you killed yourself, like, because you said it yourself. Brandon Routh is the best imitation of Christopher Reeve. It's like a discount Christopher Reeve. He's pretty good, but he's not Christopher Reeve.
Okay, all right, Ryan, you're up.
Oh man, nah. Christopher Reeves, I don't even know who that is, bro. Brandon Routh is Superman, though. He really embodies him. Why are you looking at me like Gabe? Don't look at me like that. I really don't like it when you look at me like that. It really makes me feel weird, especially when I'm talking about Brandon Routh as the best Superman. I mean, bro, he gets the perfect hair twirl. How do you not like that? And honestly, bro, if you guys watch the Crisis crossover, bro, he embodies him. You want to know how? Because he's got that nice, gentle, soft smile smirk.
I'm confused. You said you don't know who Christopher Reeve is?
I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
I'm sorry.
All right. So first off, I'm going to second the thing with Routh. He legitimately was hired because he looks like Christopher Reeve. That automatically puts him at the bottom. And that's the reason why they made him that character. Again, when it comes to Christopher Reeve, I love him to death, but again, he plays that duality, not the single epitome of what Superman is. And here's also the thing: there's Superman 3 and Superman 4. The Quest for Peace exists with Reeve. Not so great.
Sorry, you're out. All right, well done, guys. Well done. My goodness.
Thanks, man. That was
Ryan stole the show there. Absolutely, hands down.
I don't know. You said don't look at me like that. I didn't look at you. I was just like.
The hair twirl comment completely lost me, man. That was absolutely hilarious. All right, Christopher Reeve. Superman is too perfect. No, sorry, Christopher Reeve is out. Sorry, Gabe.
No.
Yep. I like my Superman. Reflected. To be relatable. He's not relatable. Next up, we've got Henry Cavill. Love Henry Cavill. He's my favorite Superman. But he was complete. Like, if you would ask me after Man of Steel, who is the best Superman, it was Henry Cavill. Unfortunately, Zack Snyder butchered the hell out of this character, and he has no idea what to do with Superman. The fact that he wants Injustice going down the road just makes it look that much worse. Next up, I'm going Brandon Routh. Because of the hair twirl comment, just was absolutely
yes, I do
amazing.
The hair twirl comment.
Brandon Routh gets the W. Good job, Ryan.
Yes. Awesome. Fuck, dude, I knew the hair twirl was going to get it. I knew it. Okay.
I got to be honest. That was hard for me. I don't like defending that.
You could have picked Tom Welling. I was torn between Tom Welling and
I don't know that character.
Everything Gabe didn't say already because Christopher Reeves is the best Superman.
Agreed.
You don't know who it is.
Bro, stop. Which one are we on? Yeah, we are. I know where we are. So guys, this is the moment. We are 2-0. Yeah. But you know what? It's fine. They will be declared a winner in this round. Guys, I want you to tell me who is the best live action Batman. Wait, who was first? I'm trying to figure out who went last time. Wait, hold the fucking front door.
I can go first because I'm not gonna win no matter what.
Go for it.
Formo, you're up.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm definitely going to go with Ben Affleck here, and it's precisely on this one reason. Because he has, out of all of the other live action Batmans, he has the most, at least in Batman vs Superman, the most detective aspect of the character. And Batman is known as the world's greatest detective. You can compare him to Sherlock Holmes. You can compare him to Hercule Poirot, excuse me. And that is the part of the character. All of the other Batman that have been on the live action screen have really suffered in that aspect. And frankly, just while him investigating what the white Portuguese was and trying to find out where that thing of kryptonite was, showed how good of a detective that he had. It definitely felt a little bit though in the latter one.
All right.
That's it. I'm done.
All right, Formal is up. Well done, Formal.
Well done,
right.
Formal.
Who's up next, Ryan?
Oh, Gabe, hit me with it.
Gabe, go.
All right, I'm gonna go with Christian Bale. I think the thing about Batman is that most of the actors that play the character have brought in something interesting, and I say most because probably Val Kilmer didn't, but I think nobody brought in the understanding of why a guy would dress up as a bat to fight crime in the night, like Christian Bale. He's a guy that, like, you see his journey, you understand why, like, he's fighting justice. He has a motivation. And I don't think, as good as Ben Affleck is or others, I don't think anybody really shows how this young guy that goes through a family trauma when he's a kid, and then he goes to see the world, to find new people. He understands criminals as much as you can, but then understanding criminals means that there's not really that much to understand. That's what he ends up getting, and then he finds ways to fight the crime. And I think Christian Bale plays both sides of the role. Also, the Bruce Wayne has to be the opposite because he has a public persona and all that. So it's really good.
All right. That means I am up. Here we go. The best Batman period is Kevin Conroy. This officially counts because live action, he was in the debut of that Arrow crossover. The definitive version of Batman comes from the 90s animated cartoon series, Kevin Conroy. This is the incarnation of the Caped Crusader, defined a generation, played this character for 26 freaking years. Christian Bale had to scratch up his voice and pretend like he was Batman. Ben Affleck had to pretend that, had to have a voice modular. This guy was the living, breathing form of Batman. He didn't have anything with his voice here. And you can measure every Batman incarnation by Joker. Mark Hamill might be Luke Skywalker to some, but to me, Mark Hamill is the best Joker. And if you have the best Joker, then you have the best Batman. I'm going Kevin Conroy. He is just absolutely the greatest Batman of all time here.
All right. So I'm really curious to know what these back and forths are going to be. So, Formal, please start this off.
All right. So with Kevin Conroy, the thing is, though, you're actually applying a lot of what happened in the animated stuff onto your argument, which isn't live action. We're talking about one episode and that's it, maybe two if at most. And then honestly, with Christian Bale, the reason why you're remembering that character is not because of Bale, but it's more because of the Nolan's writing, and that is not on Bale's performance or the character itself as Batman.
Out. Gabe, you're up.
Christopher Nolan also wrote Man of Steel, and it's not the same if you don't have the right character, the right actor for the role. So I don't agree with that. Kevin Conroy is automatically out because he didn't even play Batman in that episode. He just played a weirdo Bruce Wayne who was a villain or something. You talked about the animated series, but that doesn't count here, so you're automatically out. Ben Affleck detecting, all he does is go to some Russian fighting ring. He doesn't do anything. Detecting is that scene with the guns in The Dark Knight with Christian Bale. That is detecting. We don't know what it is because he's detecting stuff.
All right, so I'm up. The challenge of Batman, portraying Batman, is not being Batman. Christian Bale was a great Batman. Formal, you had it. Ben Affleck is a great Batman. The challenge of Batman is portraying Bruce Wayne. You look at Mask of the Phantasm. You look at what it means to be Bruce Wayne. That is the hardest part of being Batman, is portraying Bruce Wayne as this complicated superhero who does what his responsibility is. That is what makes the best Batman.
Man, guys, those were some hell of an argument on all sides right there. That's all I gotta say. But if anyone remembers, on the Suit Up Geek Fix, if you ever watched me and Deebs on that, we did a versus series on the Dark Knight versus the Mask of the Phantasm. And dude, I heavily favored the Dark Knight in that series. And when it comes to the Dark Knight, there's two people I do think of. I do think of Ben Affleck, but I do also think of Christian Bale. I feel like they both have that sense of detective and detectability. And honestly, I'm going to go, man, this is hard because, dude, they're both just so many great Batmen. And coming down to what both of you said, I'm gonna go with Formal on this one. I really like Ben Affleck.
Won the Batman question. I'll take that as I win the game.
But why had you assumed that you were gonna lose? You said it doesn't matter when I go up.
Well, I can't win the game based on the numbers. That's the thing. Because now I'm the judge and it's 2-2-2-2-2. So I can't win. That's what I meant.
This is the last question?
Yeah.
No, we have two more.
No, but all three of y'all are at 2.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And
so this is it. This is it. I only have one question left. What am I missing?
The pitch, what should be the next storyline?
We already did that.
No.
DC. I got DCEU villain. That's all I got.
No,
Okay,
what storyline should they do next? We haven't done that one.
Yeah, I asked that question.
Yeah, he did.
When?
No, you asked what character.
No, okay.
Yeah, you asked what character, not the storyline.
Okay, yeah. No, you did what character. Yeah, so we have the which story and then villains are next two.
Got it. So Formal, who goes first?
Well,
wait, which one are we doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think to end on another best, since this is technically the last question of the game, since the winner is decided here. I think let's do the villain one. Just I think that would be more fun. So, I guess why don't we just start at the top because I think from mine it's Deebs, so we'll start there.
All right, going on. The best DCEU villain, hands down, is General Zod. Michael Shannon as an actor, whose reputation with like intense energy precedes him here. I think his General Zod in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel was a perfect match. Perfect casting. This genetically engineered soldier born to try and save Krypton. It just is a really kind of sympathetic villain in itself. I think if there was anything that Marvel got right, it was that sympathetic villains at the end of the day get the W here. And you talk about a guy in Michael Shannon who's both entertaining, so interesting as General Zod. I loved him. I mean, I will find him, Laura. I will find him. I will find him. I mean, come on. Like, how's that not getting the W here? Michael Shannon, General Zod, best villain, period. All right.
I'm sad we won't do the last one. I thought but anyway.
All right. Gabe?
All right. Go, Gabe.
Yes, ready. All right. I got to go with one of my favorite actors, Patrick Wilson as Ocean Master. And the fact that he stands out so much in such a mediocre movie is a big deal because he's chewing the scenery. Like, he's overacting the whole way. He's angry and he yells every line. Like, I don't know if you know, but he yells a lot. Like, Rah! And it's really, really funny to see him. But at the same time, he's intimidating. And I don't think he crosses the line of being as silly as the movie is because the movie's pretty stupid. But he keeps being, this balanced character actor throughout. And he plays really well, especially as an opposite to Momoa, because Momoa is this big guy, big personality. Like, it's really hard for somebody that's like shorter and kind of like not as strong, not as intimidating, somebody like Patrick Wilson to stand his ground, but he does. Like, every time they fight, he's good in it. He's not replaced by CGI all the time. He has an awesome mask. He has a character arc, which most villains don't in this series.
You're out. Ryan.
I'm going to say Dr. Savannah. Dr. Savannah and Shazam or Billy both have broken home stories. They're both broken home, but they're both told differently. Dr. Savannah is from a family that didn't love him while also keeping him. But Billy was from a family that didn't love him, but eventually gave him away, giving him the chance to have that better life. But Dr. Savannah was all in that despair and loneliness from being with his father and his brother, from always being put down and being that third person down there. And when we see him go and face his father and his brother high up in the skyscraper when he goes to confront them with the 7 sins, that's a very powerful moment. That's him finally throwing away his past to finally make his own future, because his future was always made by his father and his brother based off what they did. And now he's finally smart enough and finally has the power that he never felt like he did to take down Shazam and finally claim to be the best he can be. Fuck, that was a lot of words in 60 seconds.
All right, rebuttal time. I'll start off. Gabe, you actually butchered Aquaman, a movie that I absolutely adore. And now you're saying that Ocean Master is one of the best villains? Get the fuck out of here, man. Do you even know what you're saying? Come on, get out of here. Dr. Savannah is awesome. Talk about layered villains. Absolutely love Dr. Savannah. But come on, guys. You're talking about General Zod versus Dr. Savannah? It's over. It's over. You're up, Gabe.
All right, so General Zod, seriously, like we've seen Michael Shannon be way better. He tries to do like a bureaucrat kind of guy, and that scene where he flies when he takes his armor off and does like a face like this, it's just he goes too far. He doesn't respect the material. And also, there's a better General Zod that you're thinking you're wishing you're watching. And as to Silvano, I didn't even remember his name, so that gives you everything you need to know. Also, Mark Strong, better in another DC movie that's bad, but he's better. He elevates it. Patrick Wilson elevates the material, even though the movie's bad.
All right, Ryan, go.
I don't know how well Gabe can actually fight this when this is like the third thing he's forgotten today on the show. So, to be honest, I can't really think that he's a very reliable source when he says King Orm is the best DCEU villain, because, bro, I love Patrick Wilson, but dude's scrawny and I can't see him beating Jason Momoa. And I gotta say, General Zod, more like General, I'll shout in your fucking face for the next 2.5 hours, because that's all he does. And it gets really annoying and tiresome at the morning. Shit, I don't blame Superman for snapping.
Oh, you're out. You're out.
That was a good closing. Did you hear the closing? That was
All
very
right.
good.
So for
all right, Formal, who's the champion here with the debut episode of The Battleground?
I gotta go with Right.
Yes!
Nice.
Yes!
He was able to like state a good point of why a villain has a good arc and everything, and then in the rebuttal he kind of took both y'all down.
Nice. Congratulations, Ryan. Give a little speech. You got 1 minute to talk trash on everybody here.
Oh, dude.
Go.
I just want to say, I want to thank my mom. I want to thank anybody in this room and on the Twitter space that has told me DC is better than Marvel. I just want to say, and I just want to show you, Amanda, this is what you get for winning the DCEU tournament or the DC tournament, bro. I claim the victory for the DCEU very first trivia show. So obviously, I'm just better in every DC thing possible out there.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Did I lose because this was a trivia show and I didn't know the names of these people?
Yes.
That's the
Gabe, you fucking up at the end set me up for that joke so well.
That's the beauty of Cards Against Humanity, is like you never know. You never know. Like, there's no right answer. And I think with movies and this, I think it's a perfect combination. So let's finish with final thoughts and plugs. Formal, where can we find you? Plugs, man.
You can find me on I have my own movie podcast, pretty much on every Google Podcasts, iTunes, whatever you want to find it. I'm out there. I also write with Backseat Directors, and that's backseatdirectors.com, or then any social media aspect at the Formal Review.
All right, Ryan.
Yo, you guys always know me. Me and Deebs do the Suit Up Geek Fix every single Friday. It's so fun. Guys, go check us out. We're partnered with everybody. It's great. We're doing giveaways and all that great stuff. And I've got my own podcast, the Backroom Podcast. I'm shooting a very special episode soon, so y'all should just be excited for that. Keeping it there.
Just to like piggyback off of your love for Shazam, Formal. Like we did a podcast on Shazam and why it's like the most underrated film in DCEU. So that's for you, Formal. Gabe, where can we find your plugs, man?
You probably find me watching Shazam again because as much as I liked it, I don't remember most of it. I don't remember the characters. I remember Adam Brody shows up in the end, does he? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
One of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that
yeah.
guy. Yeah. So anyway, I'll probably have to watch Shazam. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow, so I'm just watching them. Yes. So I have a blog, filmopinionitis.com, like this. And I write reviews like this one. And most recently, Zack Snyder's Justice League. But I do all sort of reviews, not just comic book movies. So you'll find something you'll like for sure. And also, you'll find me here at the Painted Lines. We have a show called Cinespection with my friend John. And that's a lot of fun. This week, we talked about Zack Snyder's Justice League and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And you should definitely tune in next week because we will talk about Godzilla 1998. Better than the Monsterverse, yes. And we'll talk about that really bland and boring show called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Damn.
I am so glad you chose Godzilla 98. Can I join that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Man, I
yes.
love
Bring
that
the fish. Bring the fish.
All right. You can find me at Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Check out our podcast at the Suit Up Geeks, the Suit Up Geeks Fix podcast on Twitter. Tons and tons of fun. We show every single Friday breaking down the latest in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sorry, Gabe. You're wrong. The show's awesome. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back next week. I'm not sure what the topic is, but it's going to be a ton. I thought this was a just unparalleled success. I had a ton of fun doing this. I think this is a great concept. Thank you, Formal, for bringing this here. I just had a blast. This was absolutely so much fun. So everyone, for Gabe, I don't know. For Gabe, for Ryan, thanks for watching, guys. Check you next time.